All right, guys, we're working on something a little bit different this episode. I'm gonna start tackling the interior, and I'm gonna let you know what my plans are for the interior. So I've been thinking about this a lot, and I used to love to ride motorcycle, but I stopped whenever my first daughter was born. And one of the reasons I went with a Mustang was because my wife, I was able to convince her, was 4 wheels is safer than 2, and she agreed to it. So I still kind of want, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I want kind of a raw element for now as I'm driving this. So I'm gonna give it kind of a hot rod style theme on the inside. I'm gonna hold off on putting in the headliner for now, because I love, the more I look at this, I love the exposed metal. I know it's probably not the most safest thing for anybody in the back seat, but I am going to strip this roof down and give the roof, the metal structure, and this whole front dash a brushed metal look. And the wheel, steering wheel, and steering column will be black. I'm gonna put kill mat on the floor, and then I am ordering black carpet replacement for this. The seats, I've been playing around with the idea of reupholstering the seats. What I think I'm gonna do for now, because I wanna try it, is I'm gonna pick up some of that upholstery paint, and I'm gonna repaint all the seats and use them for now. If I don't like the way this turns out, I can always put in a headliner later down the road. These windows are not coming out right now, so I can do seal replacements and stuff and install a headliner then. But I'm not even gonna put a dash on. I'm gonna leave all the metal exposed. And yeah, we'll see how it looks. The side panels will go on, the front kick panels will go on. I'll probably make metal cutouts for up here and install them underneath and keep this look. And I think I'm gonna just cut out a piece of metal for in here and here as sort of a separator, because a lot of you guys know what can happen with those gas tanks if you get rear-ended. So anyway, this is probably gonna be about 2 episodes, 2-part series. We'll see how far we get in this one. So yeah, let's dive into it. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is trying to knock all of the old glue and any surface rust off of the roof just to smooth it down. I'm doing that with one of these wire wheels on the angle grinder, and I'm not pushing hard at all. I'm just gently taking it along the surface because I don't really want to embed any of this glue into the paint and scratch it down in. Once I get all this off, I'll come back with an orbital sander and I'll sand all this down and start prepping it for paint. I'm not going to paint this yet. I'm going to get the rest of this stuff taken care of. All the sanding that has to be done in the car, I'm going to get done. That way I don't have debris flying all over newly painted stuff. But yeah, it's coming along all right. Alright, so I got everything wire brushed, all the glue is stripped off, and then I sanded all the surfaces with 80 grit on an orbital sander. So that is all taken care of. Now all I really have left to do is scuff everything down, well, the dash and the back package tray. Scuff that down with, I'll scuff that down with red Scotch-Brite, and then clean everything up and mask everything off, and we should be ready to start painting. I also went along and scuffed the floor in any of the areas that needed it. I'm not going to paint the whole floor. I'm just going to paint any of the rusty looking areas with POR 15. And then I'll seam seal all the areas that need seam sealed, and I can put down the kill mat, because the kill mat came in the mail, the new carpet came in the mail. Probably won't actually put the carpet in until, probably actually won't put the kill mat or the carpet in until I get the outside and epoxy primer. Alright guys, so everything's masked off, and all I gotta do is give everything a rub down with some degreaser. Well, I'm gonna use acetone. And we're ready to about start painting. Alright, we got everything rubbed down, should be good to go. I threw a primer on any large bare metal areas, and I think we're good. I will say, if you're gonna do any kind of spray bombing, get one of these trigger things, because your fingers will cramp up, and lock it down with tape, because the can has a tendency to spin in that and it'll start shooting the sides of the outlet. Alright, the first coat's done. I got everything coated with one can. That's the doors, the roof, the dash, and the package tray, and the inner side of the sail panels. So we'll let this dry for a little bit, and then we'll lay on another coat. Alright, that's the second coat. I'm only going to do 2 coats. We're going to let this dry for a good while. Then we're going to come back with the metallic paint. See how we're looking. I'm sure you guys noticed that it doesn't look like I was able to get all the glue off of the ceiling area. So there's one spot right in there that isn't real great, but the bare metal effect should help cover that up. I don't know if I'm going to do the dash yet in bare metal. The dash turned out really good. I got to make a decision there. But the roof section and the inside of the sail panels are definitely getting the bare metal effect. No, this sucks. We got to sit around and let the paint dry. No fun for 48 hours. So this is the upholstery paint. It gives a flexible finish, which is obviously good for seats. This stuff gets really good reviews. A lot of people are happy with it, so I figure, why not try it? I don't have anything to lose. All right, ladies and gents, we've officially gotten all of the interior out of the attic. Keep in mind, I was planning on not using any of this stuff. I was gonna buy a reupholstery kit, get the interior kit from CJ Pony Parts. So I wasn't gonna use any of this but the seat frames. But I figured, why not give this a go? We'll clean this stuff up, and we're gonna try this Duplicolor vinyl and fabric special coating and see how it turns out. We got nothing to lose. So without further ado, let's open the garage door and start prepping all this stuff. All right, first step is to scrub everything down really good with soap and water. So that's what we're about to do. These girls are bored. It's a hot summer day, so I've enlisted them for help. So they're gonna grab a sponge and go to town. We're gonna clean these up. Girls, get your sponges. Okay. Scrub them like they got COVID.
Get the hose! Get the hose!
All right, guys, everything's washed up. We're gonna let that dry. Girls, thank you for your help.
Bye!
All right, guys, we're gonna do a trial run on the areas of the seats that are hard to reach. You guys saw that I washed everything down with soap and water. Then I degreased it, I researched it. Windex is actually a very good degreaser. I do have degreaser, but we're gonna try the Windex. So anyway, the steps are wash it with soap and water, then degrease it, then scuff the area you're gonna paint, then degrease it again, let it dry, and then you wanna apply 2 light coats of this. So we're gonna give it a go. It says you can install these after an hour, but I'm gonna let it sit for a little while longer before I fold these back and do the rest of them. So here's the test piece that I did, and this is 100% completely dry already. It's been sitting for probably an hour and a half. This feels like a black vinyl seat. It does not feel tacky, it doesn't feel sticky. As of right now, near perfect. Alright, it's getting pretty late. It's like 20 after 11, but I really want to get these wrapped up. I'm taking a gamble here. There were some spots on these panels where there was rust coming through, and I used the Rust-Oleum primer. This is a duplicolor paint, so mixing them probably isn't the best idea, but I'm going to try it and see how it turns out. Alright guys, it looked like it turned out just fine using the Rust-Oleum primer. Doesn't seem to have any issues, so we're good. Got a lot of black panels. Putting the cart before the horse a little bit, doing the interior, but it's where my motivation is, so we'll let the horse ride in the cart for a little bit, I guess.